This service provides documentation on how to use the REST API. On the left, there's a list of available endpoints, where each item relates to a different set of data. That covers tick data, reference data, point in time, retrieval, lookups, lists, both for symbols and for ETFs, EBBO calculation, general data exploration, daily data retrieval, and intraday bar retrieval, both predefined bars and dynamically calculated bars. Select an item, we can see here, and the detail updates. Let's go back to trades. We can see in the summary, we see the endpoint title, its description, an example of the URL to call, and the response schema, which includes the fields being returned, including their descriptions and data types. Now, if we click on the open REST URL, you'll be asked to authenticate, to log in to see the data, or register if you don't already have an account. And everyone that registers will be able to see all of the sample data sets that we provide. If you have registered, you'll go directly in and see the data. Let's go back. Now, each endpoint has a set of input parameters, some specific to the endpoint. In this case, which database I'm looking for, do I want to adjust trades for corporate actions, and some generic across all endpoints, such as the start time, the end time, and the time zone that we're retrieving. The easiest way to try the REST API is to click on the Build URL tab. This builds the REST URL on the right-hand side based on the common URL parameters and specific parameters. All the defaults are defined, and you can change the defaults to retrieve back other data sets. And as we change the default, I can see VOD here. If I change that to TSCO, now URL is updated. Again, here we can open the REST URL and see the data. We also provide sample Python code for accessing the REST URL in a batch mode, just using the request library. And therefore, in a batch mode, we're using single sign-on, let's see, specifically OpenID Connect, with a client ID and a client secret, which are provided to subscribed customers. You can also use our API, which is downloading around a kind of 80k Python wheel, to more easily retrieve results from the REST API. We're specifying the query parameters here, and the start and end time and time zone, and getting the results into an output pandas data frame. Now the REST output has a number of different formats that you can retrieve data in. 3 are shown here in the sample output tab: CSV, JSON, and partic JSON. Partic JSON has more of a record form. Let's go back to the summary. If we click on My Profile, you'll be again asked to log in or register if you haven't already logged in.